right, welcome to another episode of That's the Thing, Accent Core plus R. It is episode .26, and it is Monday, May the 17th. It's going to be another one of those episodes because it's the Strive beta.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the Strive beta. I'm
I played a little bit of the Strive beta.
I'm Kevin
Playing a little
also
bit of
knows
it right
road.
now.
Yeah, I'm not playing right now because I need to, due to my current situation, I can't have on the PlayStation and the TV at the same, or my monitor on at the same time.
Ah,
So that's what's going on with me. However, yeah, that's happening. Are you playing with Nolan?
no. Nolan, where are you at?
The Forbidden Zone.
Ah,
All right, Nolan. If you just I can't. I saw him blink on,
ah.
and then he blinked away. All right, just jump in, interrupt.
All right, I'm here now. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my headphones.
That's completely okay. That happens.
Yep, I get that.
That happens to everyone. That's why I had to get new headphones. I had to get the cool gamer headphones.
Is it the ones that you can also plug in and they light up?
No, I got like the cheapest gamer headphones that were on sale at Target for like $20.
But do you have your rainbow keyboard that glows in the dark?
I do have the keyboard that came with my computer does have LEDs, and it is currently on like a rainbow setting. I have 3 settings. I have rainbow, I have like rainbow but with no yellow, and then I have pastels, which look like energy drink. I just keep it on like rainbow because it's just like that's the one that it looks default. Also, my mouse is like, so like it comes with a mouse. I don't know if I've talked about it, but the mouse is constantly glowing. Like there's a bit on the mouse that constantly glows and alternates between colors, and I kind of hate it and can't turn it off. Like it's similar to like how my computer, the LEDs inside of it, I cannot turn off or alter, so they just kind of pulse green at all times, but it's not that big a deal. That's what's happening on like the non-Guilty Gear front. Anyway, since Guilty Gear's going on, how do you guys feel about?
I was going to do a transition for that.
Okay. Because what's your transition? Let's hear it. Let's hear that segue.
I was going to sit here and go, wait, you guys smell that? What's that smell?
I don't know what the smell is.
It smells familiar.
What am I?
What am I?
What am I? Did you find love with the beast?
I had to blame society.
Yeah, society. Are you nothing? Are you just a silly clown?
No, that was the only thing I was going to do for that transition.
Okay. So I played a bit of the Strive beta. I played it for about 2 hours yesterday with one of my internet pals, Artemis, because they were online asking for people to play, and I'm like, I'll get on, because it was late. And I tried the new characters of Ino. Or is it Eno or Ino? Okay, so Ino. I played her for a bit, and I'm like, yeah, she's okay. I like what's going on. I can comprehend it. You got like a dash, you got a Morgan dash where she dashes, goes up into the air. Had some cool things you can do. She has Megalovania from Sans Undertale as her theme, as her super. But the real star of the show is Angie Mito fucking rules. Oh man, that character feels great. I love it. It probably feels a little too good. But man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the fan man.
I mean, I will play you, and I think you will start to dislike Anji, but
Well, that's okay.
not to toot my own horn.
Well, that's fine, because the person I was playing was roughly my skill level. So it was okay. But man, Angie Mito, big fan. Big fan of big fans. Like currently that's the direction I want to go for. I do like how a rematch button adds a lot to that game. Just hitting rematch and just keep going. If only they had... Well, okay, so what was the fighting game that had I want to say it was Tekken, that had from the rematch menu, you could change your character. Was that Tekken?
I don't think that's Tekken.
Like, it's either Tekken or Killer Instinct, maybe? But there's one from...
This does not sound familiar to me at all.
See, because I remember it was like, you could go...
So it could be Killer Instinct.
Yeah, because it was something where, like, it might even been like a other... Because I remember it was like character, and then you could go to like character select from like the rematch, not go back to the menu, but just like swap your character. And I was like, that was a cool feature. Why has that been in no other game? But I remember that being in something. It was like a slimmed down.
Yeah. What was it again?
I remember. No, Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
It was.
That makes sense. Where, yeah, you could go and you could just be like, you wouldn't swap to like your official whatever, like costume, but you could be like, yeah, I'm just going to swap over to Zasalamel. And then you're Zasalamelon.
No, those lobbies are a lot better now.
Yeah.
The whole online stuff is great.
Oh yeah, it was going really well. I think the quality seems to be better. Or I don't know. Like I had one network issue, but the person I was playing was on the West Coast, and I didn't have any qualms in game. Like there's a little bit of lobby shenanigans at the beginning, so we had to go to. But I think that was because the lobby was overpopulated. So we had to move to one where there was like 10 people in it, and then it worked fine.
Yeah.
But I was...
Are you playing right now, Nolan?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm away from my PlayStation right now. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to stay... Had a cough. But yeah. I'm a big fan. Big fan of the Fan Man. I can't play Nago Ryuki anymore. I can't do it.
They said I heard his blood gauge fills up faster now.
Oh, it fills up immediately if you do like 3 attacks in a row.
Yeah, because like, and
now you gotta sit and wait now.
Or you gotta use his bite. You gotta bite him.
The bite's still not. It's
not good enough.
But it's still not good enough.
And this might just be me as the novice to like intermediate, maybe even casual fighting game person, but Nago does not seem to do as much damage as I feel he should from a character that does not have double jumps and air dashes. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing like I want that fucker to be hitting like Samurai Showdown on like his stuff, and it just doesn't quite feel it. Like, I feel like you gotta still work for it, but if you're gonna work for it, then like I could just play another character and get the same amount of even more. Unless I'm really missing something.
No, like his big things are getting his counters in and reading the opponent.
Yeah. Like, it's the counter hit thing.
If you're getting rushed down, there's nothing you can do about that.
And I'm just not that. I don't think I'm that character. I think I like
think I'm the because when you start playing him slow, you get it. He's got a rhythm to him, and he's got enough tools to kind of take care of everything, but you can't like rush in.
he also looks really, really fucking cool. Like, that has to be like that feels like you're paying a cool tax with Nago. Because he's really cool.
Well, like what is it? It's on the like the character select screen. Everyone has like their style. It's like complex,
Yeah.
or like simple. His is just one shot.
Yeah, you gotta do the one thing. But he looks so cool, though.
Goddamn Angie. It's just start of every round. You know what he's going to do.
Yeah! I love it. It's so good.
Heavy slash. Hope you're not hitting a button. Hope you're not trying to attack.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get in the green popper, and then I'm gonna knock it down. I'm gonna put a butterfly, and then I'm just gonna do it again.
I literally played a guy like that yesterday.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. And then if you jump, I'm gonna do the flippy dippy, and then you flippy dippy them, and then you get the twirly gigs. If they try to throw a projectile, you just twirly gig through it. Oh, it's so good. I did a counter super yesterday. I felt like a fucking genius.
Like, the best situation I've had with that is, like, you see the spin coming, you take like 3 steps back, and then you hit them hard.
Yeah, but you don't want to do the flippy dippy. You don't want to do the twirly gig. Twirly gig's very low. The green monster, you want to do that a lot.
I just mash DP whenever he starts doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And
then the Anji gets too fancy and he just gets DP'd, and it's real funny.
I think one of his from the green shoulder charge whatever move, I don't know what it's called. One of them feels like is not a true block string. One of the follow-ups. I feel like I got thrown out of one of them. Like, I think it's the heavy one. Like, I think one of them, like, there's one where you hit and it is safe on block, or quote unquote safe on block, but one, like, it's not. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. I just know I got thrown after getting one of the greens hit, which makes sense because that shows why you want to use the other ones. Like the one where he hops at you, or where he jumps up and throws the sticks on the ground. And then you just throw the butterfly out. That was one of the things I had to learn about Angie, is that you don't always want to throw the butterfly out. It's not a fireball because it's really fucking slow. You throw that after they get knocked down, or they're just way far away. That was some learning time. But I'm a big fan. I like Angie. I like his red color. It looks really nice. That's the one I use. I can also use that on Nago. I think that's his best color. Big fan of it.
Anytime I've been playing Nago, I've been doing the blue and gold.
That's a good one. Although really all of Nago's colors look good.
I have a few chances to play it this week.
Yeah. I haven't played as much as I've wanted to. Mainly due to other shit.
Literally the same thing here. I've been so busy. I'm like, how's that? I just need like a couple hours to play it. That's all I want.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Like at least beta 2, because I'll just like I'm gonna buy the game, so it's gonna happen. It's just kind of like it's beta 1. I wanted to play a lot because that was what I was gonna determine if I bought the game. And then after beta 1, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. And then this one, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll play it. Make sure it's not fucked. And then I play it. I'm like, yeah, it's not fucked. So I'm just doing other stuff. It's real good though. Real good.
That netcode's solid.
Yeah.
Like you said, no problem.
And
Like I have played so much Street Fighter V lately that, oh man, I forgot how good it feels to play a game where like you can run and air dash, and oh, it feels so much better.
I was having trouble making the switch from Nago to Anji, realizing that I now did have an air jump. I had a double jump and an air dash. It was a little bit. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
oh man. I'm like, I have so much movement. I can jump and then jump again and dash. That's weird.
Yeah. This game's so good.
Did you play I Know It All, Drew?
Yeah, I played Eno.
Okay.
That I don't know. She's I like it, but it's weird because she's not the same Eno.
Yeah, too different from
Yeah.
Xrd.
Yeah. But I like it. I've still been playing Kai versus people just because like I think playing her is a lot more like dexterity.
Yeah.
Like I need to actually, I guess, do training mode to actually play her.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
It's a lot of like air dash, slash, dive kick, hop, normal, different, dive kick, hop. Oh, but really, I just landed and threw you this time. Oh, this guy's name is Stinkmeaner. That's a good.
That's a good
that's
name.
A good name.
That's a good. That's a quality.
Yeah.
There are levels. I love it. Nothing brings a smile to my face when I say a good online name. Like there are acceptable online names. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But when I see like a quality one, I'm like, oh, you did it. You made the good choice when you were like 10.
I'm like a little baby with that because I usually just put my name.
No, that's always safe.
That's a loser.
No, that's not a loser. That's a safe. That is a very safe and acceptable thing because you're never terrible. Like if you put your own name, then you're never gonna be like, no one's gonna be like, ugh, you're Pikachu Sniper. Did you know that was one of my Starseeds Tribes handles, which was Pikachu Sniper, because I wanted to be a sniper and I liked Pikachu. Yeah, it's not very good. What if that was my internet handle? What if I kept it? What if that dark future? Wouldn't have been a fan. Although I could have had like a sick like Call of Duty no scope intro. Where you see me spinning around and you see like Pikachu in there sometimes. And you hear the dubstep going off. And then you show like Among Us 360s. All the coolest YouTube things.
Oh shit.
Been great. But yeah, that's that. So like any other stuff you guys want to talk about before we start either hitting the queue or we hitting like the other shit?
I think we're hitting the queue.
All right. We can start hitting the queue of news if you think about something.
Well, did you want to talk about Willy's Wonderland?
I did want to talk about Willy's Wonderland because I watched Willy's Wonderland. So
And I told you not to.
I know, but I did it. I did it anyway. So here's my assessment of Willy's Wonderland. I feel like you have to give this movie 2 grades. One as a film and one as a Nicolas Cage film. Because those are very different grades and very important. As a film, Willy's Wonderland is like a 1 out of 5. It is bad. It fails as a horror movie. The acting of every non-Nicolas Cage character is not good. I would say roughly Sci-Fi Pictures original motion picture quality.
No, it's worse than that. It's
Okay, so maybe down there. But that's just my rough statement for the listeners. So you're getting that. The effects are horrible, but sometimes okay. Like, one of the monsters is clearly a lady in a bad mask. That's the worst one. It's like the pixie one. That's just a lady wearing a bad mask. Whereas some of the other, stuffed animals, animatronics, look fine.
the ostrich one probably looks the best out of all of them.
I think the ostrich one looks good. I thought that I thought Willy, the gorilla, and the chameleon. I actually thought the chameleon probably looked like second best. They put a weird Photoshop filter on it, which I think made it look worse. They should have just left it. But it looks like at least those look like what they're supposed to, which is either a person in a puppet or an animatronic suit. So it's okay, whatever. The night looked kind of bad, but I can forgive it. But as a Nicolas Cage vehicle, I would give that film a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed whenever Nicolas Cage was on screen. I think I liked watching Nicolas Cage clean up a haunted Chuck E. Cheese and then have a sexual relationship with a pinball machine while drinking soda. I thought that was great.
Well, drinking his bag of soda.
Yeah, his big old bag of soda. I thought that part was good. Where I would knock the movie points for. So we're just going to assume that you can't save the actual quality of this film. This film will always be bad. But it could have been a good Nicolas Cage film had they done a few tweaks to it. For example, I think this film's biggest issue is that the animatronic kills are very bland and the fight scenes are not as creative as they should have been.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They're pretty standard. I can accept them being bad if they were creative. So you're in, and this is one of my problems, the movie sets up things that I thought were going to happen, and then it just didn't use them at all. So Nicolas Cage goes into, the abandoned pizzeria, the abandoned kitchen, and
You gotta take 2 steps back.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage is from his car, and I can't remember what happened. He blows out a tire or something.
Yeah, because he hits a spike strip.
Guys,
What?
I just hit floor 10.
Oh yeah, you got there?
Yeah, I'm at the stairway to heaven, so now all that awaits me is heaven.
You can do it. See, you're going to heaven while we are taking our listeners to hell by talking about Willy's Wonderland.
Okay, he gets the spike strip. The mechanic's like, listen, I can fix the car for you, but it's going to cost a lot more. you could stay overnight and clean up this pizzeria. Fucking weird.
Also, this guy's name is Final Fantasy 14 Pre-Trial.
Good.
That's okay. That's pretty solid.
That's a good name. They added the male bunnies to that game.
As they should.
Which, actually, apparently they are smaller than the ladies, which I think is good. However, I wanted them to be like the size of like the Lalafells. I wanted them to be really tiny because I think that's funny. I think it's really funny for like the Amazonian bunny women, and then they're like tiny. I'm like, oh, that's cute. But I digress. Let's talk more about Willy's Wonderland.
So there's like Nicolas Cage doesn't talk a single point in this movie.
I liked that.
0 words in the entire script.
I was a fan.
So I guess he nods and says, he doesn't even nod. He just
He just kind of glares at him, and then the movie happens around him, which I sort of liked.
Yeah. They just kind of drop him off in front. It's like, hey, clean this up for us. And he just shrugs his shoulders and walks in and cleans up. Oh, and he said, Glenn, hey, remember, every 15 minutes or every hour, take a 15-minute break.
Yeah.
And so every 10 or 20 minutes in the movie, he goes in the kitchen where there's a pinball machine, and he's going at it hard.
That's like the best parts of the movie. The best parts of the movie are Nicolas Cage like lovingly playing pinball and drinking soda, or just not giving a fuck about the animatronics. Like, that's the parts where I'm like, yes, this is good. My problems is that there are, like, I wanted more creativity while he was fighting it. So they go to a point where Nicolas Cage is being shown around like the abandoned evil Chuck E. Cheese. And the guy opens up like the cleaning part thing, and he goes, "In here has everything you need." And I was expecting at some point Nicolas Cage to use every single one of like the cleaning equipment to fight a specific animatronic. So it's like, the chameleon turns invisible, so he gets like the puke sawdust and throws it at it so he can see it, and then fights it, or he takes a mop and then lights it on fire and then fight. Like, I wanted something, you know? It's like, oh, okay. He's literally using everything in there to save the day.
No, but what you get is an animatronic walks up to Nicolas Cage and he punches it to death, and that's it.
Yeah, which I would have been okay with one of them that happening. I liked the fight in the bathroom where he fought the gorilla and then like curb stomped it into a urinal. I thought that was good because that was sufficiently over the top violent. Like, if you're just gonna give me a regular fist fight, then I want it to be, if this was a human, it would be brutal, like X-rated. Or like you put the thing's upper jaw on like a urinal and you're curb stomping it into it. I was like, yes, that's what I want to be seeing. But I just feel like it's also, you had the alligator. So this is it. Like, these are suggestions that I'm saying that the film could have done without having a massive like budget overhaul. Because you could I think this movie, you can say, get better actors, better effects, better whatever, and that would have obviously been a change. But to me, this is like shit like, I would have liked to see him have to fight the alligator in the ball pit, and the alligator is like swimming around like an alligator.
Well, first of all, you'd need a ball pit, not just
not like a DashCon ball pit, but like a real one.
No, I'm talking about the ball pit in this movie where it's just a tub.
Yeah.
A little like hot tub full with balls.
Well, I mean, like, he could have gone into like one of the back rooms or whatever, and it's just, for some reason, it's covered in like ball pit balls, like evilly. Like, they could have done that.
Knee high.
Yeah, or like even like waist high. Like he opens, it's just covered in balls or whatever, and then he has to go in there, and there's one of them in there, and they have to fight, and it's like under like you you could have made that because you don't even have to make it like a room. Just say it's an evil. They're evil devil animatronics. They can alter the thing to suit their specific needs. You don't need to think about it that much. They could even make like a quip about it.
Demons, so I don't understand why they aren't doing stuff like that.
Yeah. And I would have also appreciated at least one throwaway line to comment why the animatronics couldn't have just been killed by the townspeople. Like, they could have. I would have appreciated them saying, we tried to kill them, but then they came back the next day. Something.
Wrong.
Yeah. Because it makes you feel like they just, no one in town ever thought maybe we could just like hit these with a hammer until they stop. But they just go like
on the pizzeria, and it's just like, oh no, it appeared the next day. It's magic or whatever.
yeah, that would honestly, if they just peered back the next day, then I would have been like, okay, that makes way more sense because that's more of a problem. And it also would have been something where you could have had an element where only the people set to be sacrificed could fully kill the machines. Because then you could have had the girl at the beginning actually kill one of them as like a redemption arc because she was technically supposed to be sacrificed so she could destroy the Willy Wonderland.
It would have been good if there was just like the one monster that killed her parents, and she's like, you.
Yeah, she got revenge on it. I also would have liked. So this is like I feel like I'm making this movie better, and it's not hard because it's not. I would have liked there to be an element where maybe it's revealed that Nicolas Cage's soda he's drinking is actually giving him the strength to fight the puppets or the animatronics, and you could have had one where he doesn't have one. Or maybe they ruin his stash, and then he starts to lose his power, and then he has to try to get one.
No, it'd be the final fight, and like Willie's on top of him, and he's like using one hand to like hold him off, and then the main girl throws him a pop,
Yeah.
and he pops it out with his free hand, chugs it, and he starts pushing Willie back.
Yeah. Or something where like Nicolas Cage gets mortally wounded, and then he rolls the main girl one of the pops, and then she drinks it, and then gets as strong so she can kill Willie, and then she walks out of there and doesn't talk anymore because now she's the cool character because she drank like his soda. He passed the torch.
No, he gets mortally wounded, and he opens the soda and pours it into his wound, and it just fills up.
That's fine. Like, that level of stupid is what I feel like this movie should have been. I would have been way more okay because it's not scary at all. It's not even trying to be really scary. So what I want is stupid. And I feel like this movie could have been dumber. If it was dumber, I would have liked it more.
So, on the opposite end of the spectrum of like, this is bad stupid, there's good stupid, and that's Psycho Gorman.
That's on my list.
Stuff happens, and it's great, but it makes no sense. But it's amazing.
Good, because that is on my list of films to watch.
But, dude, I felt awful after watching Willie's.
I enjoy it as someone who likes to watch Nicolas Cage doing things, but if you are not the person that likes to watch Nicolas Cage just doing mundane things, then this movie is like nothing. Has nothing for you. I would dare say the Five Nights at Freddy's guy made a correct decision and not to go on this script for his film. I would give him, like, he did correctly and did not make this Five Nights at Freddy's. Also, he probably wanted to do more of the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, which goes places. I watched after Willy's Wonderland. I watched a couple of YouTube videos about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Man, that goes off the rails. Five Nights at Freddy's kind of goes real off the rails. Because it turns out to be like a big experiment about finding immortality. But speaking of going off the rails, Nolan, how was Resident Evil Village?
Jesus Christ, that game is insane.
Yeah, it goes off the rails. I watched Pat play all of it.
I think I love that game.
Oh, it's sick. That's a good Resident Evil.
Oh my gosh.
When we're talking about good stupid, Resident Evil Village is good stupid. I love
nothing better than fighting Vampire Lady, Fishman, Doll, and Magneto.
Yeah, I love Ethan Winters. He is great. He is so fucking stupid and and I'm not going to get into full spoilers because the game's only been out like a week or so.
Yeah.
But I do like that there is a justification to me of why he's kind of stupid. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like after that reveal, I'm like, it actually makes sense why Ethan Winters has like 0 IQ. And is just going through this thing. Just getting hurt real bad.
And he's got the best plot armor ever made.
Yeah. But to me, it's they justify it, though. They justify it well. Like, unlike Willy's Wonderland, like, the scene that says why, it's like, oh, it's just like a couple lines of dialogue. And I'm like, yeah, I accept that. Also, because the thing has been so stupid where I've been seeing, like, fish monsters and, like, shit where my brain's like, yeah, it's it's about right. But that game's cool.
Yeah, maybe in a couple weeks I can talk about it more, but that game is...
Well, I just say no story spoilers. You can talk about, like, how it plays and, like, upgrade mechanics.
Oh, they literally just made Resident Evil 4, but in first person.
Yep.
That's all it really was.
Yeah, like it
all the fights are the same. Well, they're similar feeling where it's just you're kind of running through them or getting around them. But you can like knock weapons out. You can like hit them in the leg and run around them.
Yeah, there's more than like Resident Evil 7 had 2 enemies. This one has a lot.
Every new area you go into has a new monster.
Yeah.
And the final area has the best monster.
Oh, those monsters are cool.
Those ones.
I'm gonna call them like the Regenerator because it's kind of like similar to the Regenerator. You got to hit their weak spot.
They're like cyborg monster creatures.
Yeah, the cyborg zombies, which makes sense. It makes sense. That's like a bioweapon. How would you control zombies with cyborg parts?
You put the thing in there. No, you shoot it and they're dead.
Well, this is like version 1. They didn't have the fan man who has his own super that he does sometimes, where he has his Shinku Hadouken at you.
Well, no, that's it. If you make him run into something specific, he heats up, and then he shoots his fire blast.
Oh, I love it. That game, it's
so dumb.
It does a thing that a lot of Resident Evil games do, where conservation of mass is just ignored. Where like characters just get really, really huge for no reason, and then they're turned into boss fight.
That game does have some great boss fights, though.
Oh, there's some cool shit that goes on in that game. Chris Redfield is cool in that game.
Chris Redfield running in with his machine gun, just downing enemies, is the best part of that kind of game.
I love that the game, to me, I'll try to talk around it. Chris Redfield is so dedicated that he will not. So like you've seen the footage. We're at the beginning. I'm just saying trailer where Chris takes like the premise of the game is like Chris abducts like Ethan's
Chris, how could
baby.
you?
What?
Chris, it takes 3 minutes. Just tell him what's going on.
Yeah, he just does it.
Huh.
And then like he's like, I probably should have just told him what's going on.
No, like everyone else in his crew's like, yeah, you should have just told him, man. Or you're such a dick about it.
I like that because it makes them seem like they are normal. Like the other members of Chris Redfield's squad are normal humans, but Chris is a Resident Evil character, so he acts in Resident Evil logic, and everyone else is like, no. Honestly, it also would have made sense because remember, like Code Veronica only happens because Chris Redfield didn't tell his sister where he was going. So she went off to like and got captured. So Chris Redfield is very, very in character of I'm just gonna go off and do something and not tell anyone what's up. Which, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. Also, I felt like this game was extremely Dark Souls. Like,
Oh, what do you mean? You mean gather the 4 pieces and create the holy chalice?
yeah, you gotta put the 4 souls into the Lord vessel to unlock the path to like the final area. To face the final boss, who does look like a Dark Souls boss. Like the final boss of that game could be like your end game Dark Souls boss.
Nearly every boss is kind of a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah. Like if you put like if you just had like
the doll boss fight is like, yeah, I could see something like that happen in a From Software game.
you have like you just need like more violins and people going like oh. It's like and then you'd be like, yeah, this is just Dark Souls. Not that that's a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. That game is great.
Yeah, like if you're gonna,
not for everyone, but it's fun.
I always feel like if you're gonna copy something, that's the one to do it. I also like that there's just a lore room near the end of the game that's just like, here's this game's connection to all the others.
Here's one.
Like, I bet you were thinking because this game went really off the rails that it wasn't even connected with all the other Resident Evils. Well, here's our room that says, yep, here's how it all is.
Listen, you saw that umbrella symbol everywhere. You knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Here's like our 3 lines of text to explain how Heisenberg's powers are biologically based and he's not just Magneto.
It's why it's not just magic bullcrap.
Yeah. You know, man, Heisenberg got such a good deal of those powers.
Yeah, compared to everyone else, he did.
Like, he just gets Magneto powers for no downside. I didn't think there was any downside. Like, Lady D has to like she's really large. But like it as you can see, like she has to eat minor sport. Like she has to eat like blood or whatever to like maintain her body.
Yeah, great people.
But like Heisenberg doesn't have to do anything. At least that I remember. Like he just gets to be it.
Fishman form, Dolls deformed. He has like no negative.
Yeah.
To his ability.
Fishman got really rough because Fishman's power is he throws up a lot and then transforms into a fish monster against his will randomly.
Oh, he's like the biggest failure out of all of them, and he can barely do anything.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Fishman. I feel really bad because it's like you got the raw Resident Evil deal where everyone's like, "All right, what are you doing?" You're just like throwing up and like, "Oh God!" Nolan absconded. Now Nolan's back.
No.
It still reminds me of my favorite Jonan Vasquez comic, where it's about a kid who really wanted to be a vampire. So the cool, sexy vampire bites him, and he goes, "Okay, here you go." And then the kid turns into a horrible monster mutant, and the guy's like, "Yeah, you're like that for about 500 years, but after that, you turn hot." And it just ends with this kid being miserable, like a horrible, miserable, deformed monster. It's like, yep, that's what being a vampire is. Enjoy it. I was like, that was a good one. Well done, Jonan Vasquez.
Until like Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Do you want to? But speaking of, then we talk about Willy's Wonderworld. Do you want to talk about some movies that you're really excited for?
No. Tell me. Go into it.
Three movies that got confirmed to be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, I am excited for those 3 movies. The Adult Swim, Metalocalypse, Aqua Teen, and Venture Brothers movies. Which I'm excited for those. Honestly, the one I'm most questionable about is the Venture Brothers one, because I feel like Venture Brothers is so story based that I don't know what that would be, and I need to know how many movies it would get. Like,
I definitely think this is just a case of here's a Adventure Brothers movie to end the series, here's a Metalocalypse movie to end the series, and here's another Aqua Teen movie.
Yeah, because like Aqua Teen can just do whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, if Aqua Teen, everyone dies at the end of it, it's fine. It's just Aqua Teen.
Yeah.
Metalocalypse, I think, is somewhat the same way. Where like, even if it's just here's 90 minutes of them being idiots, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Whereas like Venture Brothers, my brain goes, I want it to not even like. I feel, and this is just me, I don't know how you do it in one movie. I feel like you need at least 2. I mean, but that's just kind of like a long-form story-based show. Having to wrap it up. It's always difficult. I think they can do it. But it's just, that's the one I'm the most questionable about. Not in the quality of the film. Like, the Venture Brothers one will probably be the best of the 3. I'm just concerned that I don't know if it can tie everything up, or at least tie up most things. Or at least tie up the Venture Brothers. I'd be okay with that, if you just tied up Hank and Dean's story. Leave the other ones open in case you want to go back. It's like the Monarch, or Brock, or whatever. But yeah. I'm probably gonna watch all of those. You know, all of those are gonna show up on like HBO Max or whatever. So it's gonna be pretty good. But oh yeah, just to keep the conversation rolling. Yo, did you see how Target has banned Pokemon cards?
Yep, sure did.
Like, they banned Pokemon and like sports trading cards. And like Walmart now has more security on the Pokemon cards than they do with guns. Did you see that shit?
Nope.
Where like Walmart still sells Pokemon cards, but they're like locked in like a big old display case like that looks more intimidating than the one they have guns at.
Oh no, I heard Walmart are
Oh, so is Walmart stop stocking them?
I think Walmart's stopping that as well.
Damn, Pokemon cards just too hot, too
It's not
dangerous.
Pokemon Card Hot. It's that adults are being dicks about it.
Oh yeah, like what's happening is just you're getting the scalpers show up and they just buy every single Pokemon card and then go online and try to sell them at like a profit to other scalpers because Logan Paul made people think that they're Beanie Baby level investments.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why Pokemon cards are fucking wild right now. It's because Logan Paul keeps buying them and selling them for so much money. So now everyone thinks they're worth so much money.
It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
now kids can't buy them.
Basically, yeah, like kids can't buy and collect Pokemon cards because they're only being done. It'd be like if Bitcoin was real. Because the same kind of people that are really into Bitcoin are the kind of people who are going out to try to buy like Pokemon cards.
It would be like if Bitcoin was like physical, like Pogs.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd be fucking children over to get to them.
That's it. It'd be like if fucking Pogs. If Pogs had like extreme value. Can we do that? Are we? Can I get
Sure.
pop?
Yeah. Yeah, you mean NFTs?
No, I want Pogs.
Yeah, but no, that's what an NFT is.
NFT is not as good as a Pog. I would rather have a Pog than an NFT. Because, you know, you can, like, hold a Pog. NFT is just like a URL. That's dumb.
Yeah, no. First of all, you can never steal an.
Yeah, you can never... Yeah, an image on the internet can never be stolen or altered. That's never happened. It's the most secure format of them all.
No,
But man, I just think that's wild.
it's not going to get better after this. I feel like it's going to keep getting worse.
Oh, there's gonna be a burst, like the Pokemon card whatever thing is eventually gonna burst, and it's gonna be really funny, where people are gonna be trying to liquidate their Pokemon cards, to like some kids like, yay, I get to buy a booster pack for like 20 cents, because no one wants to buy Shocking Fates 3 or whatever. Can't wait. I also thought it was really funny that no one cared about the Magic the Gathering cards. It's like, yeah. That makes sense. Also, there's a lot of Magic the Gathering people are just like, we're getting to the point where just proxy your cards. Just proxy them. Just say this is the card, which I'm fine with, as long as both people can proxy. Because you got to keep your decks similar power level. You don't want someone rocking in with the legacy deck.
Why can't it be something I don't care about? Or
What-
have like a. But it has to be Pokemon. Why can't it be like Yu-Gi-Oh or Duel Masters?
Well, I mean, it kind of, so it is spreading to those cards. Like, that's why it was also the sports trading cards were having that happen to them. So, like, the Pokemon card game investment is spreading to other places. So, like, kids can't get football cards anymore because they're being bought by the same people. Because they're trying to get into the market, you know? They want to get in the next market, the next Pokemon. It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and sports are now starting to get hit.
Did either of you watch the YouTube clip I posted?
I have not yet.
Okay, so this is
I've never seen
this
the movie, but I know about that.
yeah, this is okay. There's a movie called Remember Me that like I came in while my girlfriend's watching it, and I don't know, it's like Robert Pattinson, and it's just like this movie about like him like taking care of his sister, and like they have like an abusive family, or maybe an emotionally unavailable one. I don't know. But anyway, like the final scene of this movie, like he takes her to school, and like the teacher's like, "Hey, whatever your name is, like pay attention." And like it pivots to like the blackboard as she walks in front of it, and on the blackboard is just written Tuesday, September the 11th, 2001.
Oh my god!
And then it scene cuts to like him
Oh
and like the older brother in his office building, like looking out the window. And it cuts to outside the window and just slowly pulls away, and you see he's in the Twin Towers.
Yes! Oh, I need to go! I need to click it right now! I gotta mute it though so it doesn't see it.
It's just completely out of nowhere.
Okay. I'm oh! Okay, so I'm just okay. I'm like skimming through. I have this muted. Oh Lord. Oh my god.
Anyone listening, just YouTube, Remember Me, ending scene.
Oh, that came out of fucking nowhere. Oh, that's genius. Oh man, in the comments. Well, the comments say it's sad. I thought this is fucking hilarious. I don't know what. Maybe I don't. What does it say about me? Like I'm looking at the comments of the Remember Me ending scene movie, and they're all like, "Oh, I'm so sad," and I cried, and I feel so bad.
I got 9/11.
Yeah, and I'm losing it. Why would you do that? That's so stupid! Oh, man!
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Because it's so fucking over the top and stupid. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh my lord. Oh, I had some good laughs. Oh man, I would have killed to have had been on like a date, having seen this in a theater with like my girlfriend or whatever, and then it pans up to 9/11 and I just lose it. I just start laughing, and then I'd get broken up with, but it'd be worth it. It'd be fucking worth it. I just lose it out of the theater and I'm just dying.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, that's strong. Oh.
Movies need to have more endings like that.
Oh yeah, it takes place on 9/11. It's like what the? Because what makes that work is I'm assuming that like it didn't have to take place on 9/11.
No, it did not. That to me is the writer's like, now how do I end my movie?
Yeah, I need to make sure that people watching this feel sad. in case they haven't. Like,
Now, all that's been done.
like, okay, we need to. So we need to kill off her brother, who's like her rock. You know, you need to put that extra twist in the knife. Like her one thing is like her brother died. Now, could it be like a car wreck? No, that's too normal. What?
So, and you realize someone in that writer's room was just like, I've got it.
There's only one way.
And then proceeds to lay out this beautifully tragic piece of an ending.
It's 9/11. It's like, what the fuck?
No, everyone just gets quiet and says, guys, listen. 9/11. Like, what? Guys, 9/11.
Or it's one of those things where like someone's like, I don't know, like it fucking takes place on 9/11 or something, and they couldn't think of anything better.
That sounds more like it.
The fact that it's like revealed as a twist. Like, here's the twist. The twist was it was on 9/11 all along.
Because, like, it's as soon as you see that date on the board, you're like, no. No.
And then you see him standing, and it just zooms out of his office, and he's at the Twin Towers. And it's like, fuck you, movie.
The Stones to end a movie that way.
Not too good. So let's try to put something in there that'll be really stacky, and everyone in the theaters can relate to.
See, like they didn't go for mass shooting, which I feel like would have been like you could have gone for that. I personally think that car wreck as just senseless random accident is far more tragic, because it's like, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what the deal is, but to me it's kind of like, all right, kid, you just got more bad luck. Like, got hit by a car and died. Wasn't anything you could have done, just random senseless tragedy. But when you go with like the escalation to make it 9/11, and I'm like, oh god. The fact that it's shown as like a twist, that's what does it.
Yep.
That's what does it.
Yep. Yep.
Like if the entire movie was set on like September 1st, 2001, and you knew it was building up to 9/11, then maybe. Where you knew that was going to happen. But oh man. That gave me some big laughs. That gave me some big laughs. I wish I could have been in a theater. Like, I want to be broken up with because I started laughing during the 9/11 scene on Remember Me. That's like such a desire.
Oh, that'd be such a good story.
It's such a good story because you just start losing it, and then it's like the girl gets mad at you, and you're like, and the theater's looking at you like scowling because like, oh, look at this asshole, like you're and I'm like, oh, no you can't, I'm Joker. That'd be like, no, that's how Joker should have ended. We're like the movie Joker, and then it pans to like the date of him, and it just says 9/11. Goes, you think this is funny, Joker? It's like, yes, I do. I love it.
I am Joker, and it is.
I am Joker now, and it is 9/11. Why so serious?
It's just written "Why so serious" on the Twin Towers that morning. Like, and that's what it's like, shows him finishing his work, and then it's like zooms out to the paper date.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that made my throat sore. That was. Oh, I appreciate that sharing, Drew.
No, that's great.
I think, oh man, that's
I'm actually glad I knew about it, so I could react to you, Kevin.
Okay, so that also would have made Willy's Wonderland like a better movie if it was set place on 9/11. And you pan out and like the fucking the animatronics are like on the bottom floor of the Twin Towers the entire time.
We have to go up the Twin Towers to escape the animatronics. Good thing it's September 11th, 2001.
Oh man, genius! Oh, the madness! I love it.
You know it's getting closer. I think we got 2 years left until 9/11 actually becomes funny again.
Oh, I think it's funny now. I think it's funny. Like whenever I see someone, whenever someone tries to do it seriously, it's so like first I'm kind of disgusted.
It never lands.
It
never lands.
And to me, it makes it funny. Like that's what makes the scene funny is you're trying to be really sincere and serious, and it's like no.
All I can ever think of is that mattress place that did the 9/11 sale. And they build up 2 like stacks of mattresses to look like the Twin Towers. And that kills me every time because they're trying to be like nice and sweet about it. Like, hey guys, it's the 9/11 sale. Come on down. And they got blasted for it.
Good. No, it's funny. It is funny. But it's only funny if someone's trying to do it for real. Like, if you're trying to make a joke, then I think it's like eh. But if you're trying to make like a sincere, honest, sincere scene, it's hilarious. The reason why Remember Me ending scene is hilarious is because they're trying to be for real and tug at your heartstrings, and it's just not working. But if someone's trying to make
how beautiful this is.
Yeah, like we're showing you the depth of human tragedy, the greatest that there's ever been. Don't you see that Robert Paulson's sister, her world collapsed just like the towers? And you're like, that's funny.
One of the writers is tearing up.
You can see it like it's so beautiful.
He's crying as he's talking about.
Oh. Well, I think we gotta end it there.
Yeah. Later days.
Later days.
Are you saying that like this podcast should be like posted? We should like postmark it and then release it on 9/11. We have a slow montage. No.
All right.
Bye.
But see you guys.
Bye.